Hello and welcome to the FIFA 20 Team of the Week 18 predictions. I hope you have all had a fantastic Team of the Year and you have packed some blues in your packs, but of course we have to get back to business with Team of the Week. Now, funnily enough, there might actually be something else that's also out at the same time as this Team of the Week. Future Stars could start this Friday if they keep the same pattern that they did last year for Team of the Week. So if so, these players could be once again a little bit cheaper than usual, but you've got to think the amount of people that will have spent money on Team of the Year is absolutely crazy. And if you are new to the channel, of course, please do leave a like and a subscription. Team of the Week predictions is available every single Monday. And if you are also new to the channel and you haven't seen yet, we do have a Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/thetopcorner. You can join us if you're watching this on Monday, 13th of January. You can join us later tonight live on Twitch, where we'll be doing a Team of the Year pack opening in the hopes to pack a blue. We've already packed two. Are we going to pack a third one? But without further ado, let's get into the predictions. So we start off with three goalkeepers. Now, it's a little bit tough this week to find a standout goalkeeper. So we've got STRAKOSHA in here. We'll start off with him straight away. He got 4 saves and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win against Napoli. Now, Lazio are absolutely flying right now. I believe that is their 10th victory in a row. Third in Serie A. They are absolutely storming it. And I do think STRAKOSHA will get the card this week because there's not really a great deal of standout goalkeeper in forms. We then move on to Abedzada. He got himself 9 saves and a clean sheet in a 0-0 draw against Victorious SC. Once again, he should be up there for a Team of the Week card with incredible stats like that. 9 saves and a clean sheet, so fair play to the Iranian goalkeeper. And finally, we've got Gomis of Dijon. He got himself 6 saves, a clean sheet, and man of the match in a massive 1-0 victory against LOSC Lille, who've been absolutely flying in Ligue 1. It would be a second in form. He has already had one this FIFA, but it looks like a relatively decent card. I'm pretty sure he's fairly tall, so if you are looking for a discard Ligue 1 in form, he will be a good goalkeeper to get if he's in next week. Now, we do move on to the defenders. I'm not going to lie, once again, there's a real lack of defenders this week that could get in. I have missed 1 or 2 players off. So one of the players I did miss off was Alex Telles. Now, Alex Telles got himself an assist, I believe. Or was it a goal? I think it was a goal or an assist for Porto, but it was a victory where they did concede. I'm just quickly checking now to make sure. There we go. He got a goal in a 4-2 victory for FC Porto. Now, I don't think he'll get in just purely because of the 2 goals conceded. Corona did get himself a goal and assist as well in the same game, but of course he hasn't informed this week. But the 3 players I have selected for defenders, we've got BOYE. He got himself a goal and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win against Strasbourg. He is a silver, so that will go from an upgrade from silver to a gold. We'd have second in form Pezzella. Now, he got himself a goal and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win against Spal. I do think he's going to be in the Team of the Week purely because there's just not enough good high-rated candidates to get into the side. So he is, in fact, the highest-rated defender I've got in the team this week. And finally, we've got Mena. Now, it's an interesting one, this one. It's he got himself 2 goals in a 3-1 win against Querétaro. I think I pronounced that terribly wrong. If I have, apologies about that. Now, some sites are suggesting he played left-back, and some other sites are suggesting he played on the wing. Now, I've put him at left-back, but if he is a winger, he will get in either way if EA are kind enough to put him in. But if he's a left-back, he is 100% reassured to get in. Of course, his defending is absolutely terrible. It would be a pointless card. But either way, 2 goals in a 3-1 win. If it's left-back or winger, he should get in this week, considering the state and the lack of midfielders. Wingers. But talking about midfielders, there isn't a lack of midfielders, is what I was going to say next. There's a lot of midfielders this week that could get in. We'll start off straight away with Kevin Strootman, of course, an old FIFA beast of the past. He got himself 1 goal. He came off the bench in a 1-0 victory against Stade Rennais. He only played 10 minutes of the match, but he got that vital goal. And let's be honest, he could get into the Team of the Week. It's an alright card. I mean, it's nothing special, obviously low pace, but I believe he's got 4-star skill moves. So in terms of a discarding form, he's not too bad. But somebody who is in a ridiculous run of form right now is that man Diego Castro. Now, he's been in predictions twice, 2 times in a row, but theoretically he should have also been in 3 times in a row because I forgot to put him in one of the times before. He got himself 2 assists in a 3-0 win against Adelaide United. Now, surely Diego Castro will eventually get himself in form because the way he's playing right now for Perth Glory is absolutely ridiculous. He's getting goals and assists left, right, and centre. If not, he should definitely be up there for Team of the Season most consistent because at this rate, EA aren't just giving him an inform, which is crazy. Now, another player who could be a ridiculously good inform this week is Abdoulaye Doucouré. He got himself 1 goal and a clean sheet in a 3-0 win against Bournemouth. Now, some sites suggesting he also got 1 assist. I'm just going to go with a goal for now. It would be a second inform, and it would be a bloody incredible and probably quite expensive card if he does get one. So, we'll find out if he does get one in the near future, but it looks pretty tasty. We move on to some more midfielders. We've got Bruno Fernandes. He got himself 2 goals in a 3-1 win against Vitoria Setúbal. Now, one of the goals he scored was a ridiculous 45-yard screamer. It was incredible. If you haven't seen it, I do suggest you go and look it up on YouTube. It would be a second special card. His first special card was a Europa League card, and it looks pretty tasty, especially if he could be moving to Manchester United in the next couple of weeks. Who knows? We then move on to Fofana. He got himself 2 assists in a 3-0 win against Sassuolo. I believe he was actually in the last predictions as well, so it's a pretty tasty looking card for a discarding form. He looks alright. And another alright looking discarding form from the Serie A is Jankto. Now, he got himself 1 goal and 2 assists in a 5-1 win against Brescia. Now, there's another candidate that I have got in the team of the week. Both of them, they could both get in, but I have a feeling the other candidate is going to get in because he's high rated. But, you know, EA could be nice. A 5-1 win for Sampdoria, considering they've been in the relegation zone, is a massive, massive boost for the club. But we move on to a couple more midfielders. We've got Juan Mata. He got himself 2 assists in a 4-0 win versus Norwich. Now, once again, just like Jankto, I have got another player in this side. I do think, however, with the Manchester United situation, only one of them will get in, and I don't think it's going to be Juan Mata. Of course, he already has that flashback card. Now, we've got Neymar. This is an interesting one. Now, Neymar got himself 2 goals and man of the match in a 3-3 draw against AS Monaco. It was a ridiculous game of football last night, but I don't know whether he's going to get in or not. Now, he got himself a inform a couple of weeks ago before Team of the Year, and will EA give him a second inform for 2 goals in a draw? I really don't know how leaning EA are going to be. So we will find out, but 2 goals and a man of the match is not bad. However, one of those goals was indeed a penalty, so that could downvote me a little bit. Another player from the same game, Ben Yedder, he got himself a goal and an assist. I just don't think it's enough for a second inform, so for anybody who's shouting for that card, I don't think he'll get in there. We've got Alex Boengue. I think I've probably butchered that name as well. He got 1 goal and man of the match in a 1-0 win against Bologna. Of course, Torino absolutely flying right now. Of course, they've got Belotti, but it's not the greatest looking of cards, if we're being honest. We move on to our last 6 players. We've got Maxwell Cornet. He got himself 1 goal, 1 assist in a 2-1 win against Bordeaux. Of course, he's having to step up with the injuries to Ren Adelaide and Depay for Lyon, and that is a pretty tasty looking second in form. Now, talking about second in forms, here's another player as well, El Arabi. He was a FIFA beast of the past. He might be becoming a FIFA beast of this game. It's the second in form. He got himself a hat-trick in a 4-0 win against Lamia. Now, I'm not going to lie, that looks like a relatively tasty discarding form, and if he keeps going at the rate he is right now, expect him to get a rest of the world team in the season. That is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Long shots for days. But the real god of the long shots is on the screen to the right. That man, Fabio Quagliarella, he got himself 2 goals in that 5-1 win against Brescia. Now, I do think he'll get this card. It'll be his first inform of the year, and it is a pretty decent card if you forget about the pace. And of course, ridiculous long shots all together on that card. And finally, we move on to the last 3 strikers. We've got VASSELL of Rotherham United. He got himself 2 goals and 1 assist and man of the match in a 3-1 win versus Oxford United. Now, I don't think he'll get in, to be honest. It's an upgrade from silver to a gold, but I don't think he'll get in. I'll just put him there because it's a pretty decent performance for Rotherham United, and there's not a great deal of massive striker cards from lower leagues this week. But 2 cards from the Premier League. We'll start off with Marcus Rashford. He got himself 2 goals in 4-0 win against Norwich. I do think he is going to be the player that gets in between Mata and Rashford. Of course, he does have that Footmas card, so it'll be very similar stats-wise to that card that came out in December. And finally, we've got Record Breaker Aguero. Now, he did only recently get himself his first inform, but surely EA cannot miss out this card this week, because if they do, then I'm sorry, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, if we take away the record breaker for him for a second, he got himself a hat-trick and an assist in a 6-1 win versus Aston Villa. Incredible performance. But what makes it even more incredible is that Aguero broke 2 records in this game. First of all, he broke the record for the most Premier League hat-tricks, overpassing Alan Shearer with 12. And then he took over Thierry Henry with the most Premier League goals scored by an overseas player. Now, if that doesn't warrant a record breaker card, then what's the point of having them in the game? Surely we should see a second, it'd be like second in form, we should see a Record Breaker Aguero, and it's going to be a pretty tasty card. Now, I believe last year Record Breakers got an upgrade by 2. Hamdallah got himself one, and I think it was an 87 when his last in form was an 84, and I think Skov got one as well, and that was an upgrade by 2. So if they go by that logic, this Aguero should be a 92 rated Record Breaker card. Now, that is a pretty tasty card if I say so myself. Of course, he does have that Scream card, but for those players that just don't have enough coins, this will be a pretty good card, although the whole Record Breaker card itself might boost this card up in value. So overall, there's not really a massive deal of amazing players in Team of the Week. There's the odd player here and there, but with EA, you honestly don't know what they're going to do. They might put a bunch of incredible cards for doing nothing, or it might be a pretty dead Team of the Week with some players here and there. But I hope you have enjoyed the FIFA 20 Team of the Week 18 predictions. Of course, if you are new to the channel, please do like and subscription as always, and we'll see you next week for Team of the Week 19 predictions. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.